The sign that will change Scorpio's destiny in 2026, you won't see this coming. Stop right here. If you are a Scorpio or you're obsessed with one, this video is not an accident. Seriously, pause everything you're doing right now because what I'm about to reveal in the next few minutes can literally change the trajectory of your entire year. In the next 25 minutes, you're going to discover the one sign that can completely change Scorpio's destiny in 2026. For better or for worse, we're talking about obsession, betrayal, revenge, karmic payback, and the kind of connection that feels like it was written in the stars before you were even born. This is not a cute compatibility video where I tell you all the pretty stuff. This is the raw truth about Scorpio, about power, about control, about shadow work, and about the person who walks into your life this year and turns absolutely everything upside down. And here's the thing. Many of you already know this person is coming. You can feel it. You've been dreaming about it, but you don't know who they are yet. Before we go any deeper into this portal, hit subscribe right now and turn on the notification bell. Every single week you get deep, no fluff astrology made for your sign, not generic horoscopes you could find anywhere. If you are absolutely tired of surface level zodiac content, if you want the real talk about love, karma, destiny, and why certain people enter and exit your life at exact moments, this is your channel. So subscribe right now, because this kind of information is gold, and the algorithm only shows it to people who are subscribed. And comment "I'm Scorpio" or "I love a Scorpio" right now so I know you're serious about this. Let's go. The real nature of Scorpio. Okay, first we need to have an honest conversation about who Scorpio really is. And I'm not talking about the cute, surface-level version of Scorpio that you see on Instagram. I'm talking about the real Scorpio energy. Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto. Mars is the planet of war, passion, aggression, and raw sexuality. Pluto is the planet of transformation, death, rebirth, power, and the underworld. So when you combine these two forces in one sign, you don't get a light, cute energy. You get a sign that is about endings and beginnings. Scorpio energy is about death and rebirth, about going all the way to the bottom of a situation, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, to find the real truth underneath all the layers of lies. That's why Scorpios are intense. They don't do shallow. They don't do surface-level friendships or quick hookups. They want to know why. They want to feel everything. Scorpios are secretive because they've been hurt before. Scorpios are protective because they've learned that the world is not safe for sensitive people. Scorpios are sometimes obsessive because they love with their whole soul, and they can't help it. That's why they remember everything. The good stuff, they remember every kind thing you ever said. The bad stuff, they remember every lie, every betrayal, every moment you let them down. Scorpios are the people who can smell a lie before you even speak it. They can feel the energy of a room. They can sense when something is off, when someone is being fake, when an agreement is about to break, before anyone else sees it coming. They crave loyalty. Real, deep, ride or die loyalty. They crave emotional depth and honesty like other people crave oxygen. But because they are so intense and because they test people constantly, sometimes without realizing it, they often attract people who are not ready for that level of commitment and intensity. And that creates a pattern. Scorpio loves hard, gets hurt, withdraws, trusts nobody, then gets hurt again. But in 2026, that pattern is about to be interrupted by one very specific sign. And that sign is going to force Scorpio to choose a completely different path. Tell me in the comments right now, if you're a Scorpio, what is the one thing about yourself that you wish other people understood? Just write one sentence. I'm going to read these and they might inspire the next video. Why 2026 is a turning point for Scorpio now. Let's talk about why 2026 is so critical, so transformative, so absolutely make or break for Scorpio. 2026 is not just another year where you float by doing the same things. This year brings huge emotional tests for your sign. It's going to expose fake relationships. It's going to expose weak foundations in love, in friendships, in your career, in your family. It's going to expose people who only wanted the attractive parts of Scorpio, the mystery, the intensity, the sexual magnetism, the power, but never wanted to deal with your actual emotions, your needs, your shadow work. In 2025, Scorpio is pushed into a corner. And in that corner, you have to choose. Option A. Keep repeating the same toxic cycles. Keep loving people who don't deserve you. Keep giving 100% to people who only give 30%. Keep waiting for people to change who have no intention of changing. Keep the familiar pain because at least you know what to expect. Option B. Finally cut the cords. Walk away from people, situations, and patterns that drain your soul. Step into a more powerful version of yourself. Build something real instead of chasing intensity for intensity's sake. There are strong themes this year of endings in love. Karmic debts are being paid, both by you and to you. And there are also themes of deep soul-level connections coming in. The kind that feel like you've known this person for 100 years, like they've been waiting for you across lifetimes. And here's where it gets interesting. There is one specific sign that acts like a trigger for Scorpio's destiny in 2026. This sign can either be your greatest ally, your mirror, your catalyst for transformation, or they can become your biggest test, your greatest challenge, the person who teaches you your limits and boundaries the hard way. Either way, this connection will not leave you the same. If you can already feel that 2026 is going to be different for you, hit subscribe right now. The more Scorpios we have in this community, the more deep content we create just for your sign. And turn on the bell so you don't miss the next warning about what's coming for you this year. Scorpio's biggest wounds the foundation. Before I reveal this sign, we need to understand the wounds that this one sign is going to touch. Because here's the thing. The sign that changes your destiny is never going to be someone who lets you stay comfortable. They're going to activate your deepest wounds. They're going to make you confront the things you've been running from. And that's exactly why they're so powerful. Scorpio's first wound. Betrayal. Scorpio gives everything: mind, body, soul, time, energy, money, loyalty. But they give it all at once. So when that trust is broken, and often it is broken, they don't just get sad. They don't just cry and move on like other signs. Scorpio transforms. They can become colder, distant, suspicious, resentful. They might start questioning everyone, even people who never hurt them. Some Scorpios go silent for months or years. Some Scorpios become vengeful, not always with actions, but with silence, with coldness, with withdrawal. In 2026, this wound is going to be activated. And the sign that activates it is going to show you how to finally call it instead of just surviving it. Scorpio's second wound. Abandonment. Many Scorpios carry childhood stories where they were not fully seen or emotionally supported. Maybe a parent left. Maybe a parent was physically there but emotionally absent. Maybe you were the strong one in your family and had to take care of everyone else's emotions while nobody took care of yours. Because of that wound, Scorpios test people, sometimes without even realizing they're doing it. Will you stay if I show you my darkness? Will you still love me if I stop being strong all the time? Will you leave me like everyone else did? And because they're testing, sometimes they create the exact outcome they're afraid of. They push people away to see if they'll come back. And sometimes, those people don't. In 2026, this wound is being healed through a very specific type of love, the kind that doesn't run away when things get deep. Scorpio's third wound. Control. Scorpio often feels like life took control away at some critical moment through loss, betrayal, sudden change, or trauma. So they've spent years, maybe decades, trying to control everything: conversations, outcomes, timing, other people's emotions, what people think of them. This is exhausting, and it doesn't actually work. In 2026, the sign that comes into your life is going to teach you that letting go of control is not weakness. It's actually where your real power lies. These three wounds, betrayal, abandonment, loss of control, they're all going to be activated in 2026, and they're all going to be healed through one key relationship. Pause for a second and answer honestly in the comments. Which of these three wounds hits the hardest for you? Betrayal, abandonment, or control? Just write one word. Your answer matters because I'm going to create future videos specifically about healing these wounds, building the tension. The clues about who this sign is. Okay, let me give you some clues about this sign before I reveal it. This sign is not soft. This This sign does not get intimidated by Scorpio's intensity. When Scorpio walks into a room being all mysterious and intense, this sign just looks straight into your eyes and says, "I see you, all of you, and I'm still here." That's powerful, right? This sign is grounded where Scorpio is emotional and reactive. This sign brings structure where Scorpio brings passion and obsession. This sign brings patience where Scorpio brings urgency. This sign asks, "Why are we doing this?" While Scorpio just wants to dive in headfirst. At first, Scorpio might find this person stubborn because they don't bend to Scorpio's will, slow because they don't make decisions in 3 seconds like Scorpio wants, cold because they're not as emotionally expressive as Scorpio, boring because they don't create chaos or drama. But deep down, Scorpio recognizes that this energy is exactly what they need in 2026. Here's why. Someone who doesn't run away when things get deep. Someone who doesn't get lost in the drama. Someone who can hold the container while Scorpio transforms. Someone who says, "Okay, you're intense. So what? Let's build something with that." This is someone who wants long-term, not quick thrills. Someone who values loyalty as much as Scorpio does. Someone who is willing to do the work, the real, unglamorous, day-by-day work, to build something solid. This sign is also ruled by a planet that Scorpio respects. Not Mars, not Venus, not the moon. This sign is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is the planet of time, responsibility, discipline, lessons, karma. When you combine Scorpio's intensity with Saturn's discipline, you get something powerful. You get transformation with a plan. You get power with responsibility. You get depth with structure. Can you guess the sign yet? If you think you know, pause this video for 3 seconds and write your guess in the comments right now. Don't cheat by scrolling down, use your intuition. What sign just came into your head? Because your intuition might be telling you about someone who's already in your life. The reveal. Capricorn, the sign that can change Scorpio's destiny in 2025 is. Yes, Capricorn, and if you already have a Capricorn in your life, everything is about to make sense. Why Capricorn, you ask? Because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, the planet of time, discipline, structure, and long-term vision. Where Scorpio brings emotional truth, intensity, and depth, Capricorn brings strategy, responsibility, and the ability to build something that actually lasts. Scorpio says, "I feel this deeply." Capricorn says, "Okay, so what are we going to do about it?" Together, these two signs can create something that goes way beyond a simple romantic relationship. They can build an empire. They can turn pain into power. They can turn chaos into strategy. They can turn emotional intensity into real action in 2026. Capricorn energy comes into Scorpio's life in many different forms. A romantic partner who doesn't play games. Someone who says, "I want you, and I want to build a life with you," and then actually follows through with actions. A boss, mentor, or authority figure who pushes you to level up professionally. Someone who says, "You have potential, and I'm going to make sure you reach it." A friend, someone older, wiser, more experienced, who gives you tough love instead of pity. A business partner or collaborator who brings the organizational skills while you bring the passion. In all of these cases, this connection is not always comfortable. It's not always easy, but it is deeply transformative. Capricorn is going to ask Scorpio hard questions. Why are you staying in this situation? What's your real goal here? Are you building something or just surviving? When are you going to stop waiting for permission and just go? And those questions are going to hurt, but they're going to change everything right now. I want you to do something. If you're Scorpio and you already have a Capricorn in your life, romantic, friend, boss, mentor, anyone, I want you to comment, "Capricorn found." If you're Scorpio and you don't have a Capricorn yet, but you can feel one is coming, comment, "I'm ready for my Capricorn." If you're Capricorn watching this video, comment, "I am the Capricorn," so the Scorpios in the community can see you. And don't forget, hit subscribe right now if this is already hitting you in the soul. How Scorpio and Capricorn meet in 2025. Now let's talk about how Scorpio and Capricorn usually meet in a destiny-changing way in 2026, because it's not usually a cute, random love at first sight story. It's usually something more real. Scorpio and Capricorn often meet through Work or career, a new job. New boss, new colleague, new business opportunity. Capricorn appears as the person who is solid, professional, competent. And you're like, okay, I respect this energy. Money or finances, a real estate deal, an investment, a shared financial goal. Capricorn brings the practical knowledge. Scorpio brings the intensity and vision. Together, you make something real happen. A serious decision, buying a home, signing a contract, making a major life choice. This is when Capricorn's advice becomes crucial. When Scorpio is rebuilding after a breakup, a loss, a major life change, or a crisis. Capricorn appears as the steady hand, the one who doesn't panic, the one who says, okay, let's rebuild this properly. Here's what's interesting. When Capricorn appears, they don't come in with flowers and romantic words. They come in with solutions. They come in with plans. They come in asking, what do you actually need right now? At first, Scorpio might think, they don't understand my feelings. They're too practical. Where's the passion? This is boring. But over time, and this is key, over months, maybe a year, Scorpio starts to realize, wait, they actually do understand me. They understand my goals. They want me to win. They're not leaving. They keep showing up. This is not a fairy tale love at first sight. This is a slow burn connection that proves itself in actions, not words. And for Scorpio, who is obsessed with truth, actions are everything. This is the kind of connection that, once it clicks, becomes unbreakable because it's built on something real, not just attraction or chemistry. Tell me, have you ever met someone when you were in a hard place and they ended up changing your entire trajectory? Write your story in the comments, no names needed. Your story might be the signal someone else is waiting for. The beautiful side. When this connection heals Scorpio, let's talk about the beautiful side. When it's healthy, when both people are doing the work. Capricorn helps Scorpio in profound ways. Capricorn teaches Scorpio to trust time. Scorpio lives in urgency. It has to happen now. This person has to commit now. I have to know now, Capricorn says. Baby, we have time. Real things don't happen overnight. Let's build this properly, step by step. And Scorpio learns that not everything needs to be intense and immediate, that something can be slow and still be real. Capricorn teaches Scorpio that some people actually stay because of past betrayals. Scorpio often operates from a place of, everyone leaves eventually, so why bother? Or, I'll hurt them first so they can't hurt me. Capricorn just stays, not because Capricorn is not paying attention, not because Capricorn doesn't see Scorpio's flaws, but because Capricorn chooses to stay again and again, even when it's hard. And Scorpio learns, oh, some people actually mean what they say. Capricorn teaches Scorpio that your intensity is not too much. Scorpio has probably been told their whole life, you're too intense, you're too dramatic. You care too much, you're obsessive. Capricorn looks at Scorpio's intensity and says, that's your superpower. Let's use it. Scorpio, in return, helps Capricorn feel deeper because Capricorn can get so focused on work and goals that they forget to feel. Scorpio wakes them up. Scorpio says, but what does it mean? What do you want? Scorpio teaches Capricorn transformation, how to let go of old fears, guilt, and limitations that are holding them back. Scorpio connects Capricorn to their own hidden power, the power that goes beyond material success. Together, they can build a love story that survives storms, a business that thrives, a family with deep roots, a mission that matters. In 2026, the universe is asking Scorpio, are you ready to build something real? Something that's not just about intensity and passion, but about actual partnership, trust, and growth? If the answer is yes, Capricorn is already on their way to you. If you're ready to stop chasing intensity and start building something real in 2025, hit the like button right now. Let the algorithm know that you're serious about growth and partnership, not drama. And comment, I'm ready to build, so the universe knows you're open to it, the shadow side. When it goes wrong, but we also need to talk about the shadow. Because Scorpio plus Capricorn can also go very wrong. Scorpio plus Capricorn. Controlling vs. Controlling, both signs like control. Scorpio wants emotional control. They want to know what you're feeling, thinking, planning. Capricorn wants practical control. They want to know timelines, responsibilities, outcomes. When both are operating from their wounds, this becomes a power struggle. My way or the highway, I know what's best for you. Why won't you just listen to me? Nobody wins, everybody loses. Scorpio plus Capricorn, silent wars. This is deadly. Neither sign is good at expressing emotions directly when they're hurt. Scorpio goes silent and withdraws. Capricorn gets cold and distant. Weeks go by with nobody talking about anything real. Both are keeping score of every hurt, every disappointment. If this goes on too long, resentment builds and builds and builds until one day, one of them just leaves. Scorpio plus Capricorn. Nitrogen monoxide space for softness. Work, work, work. Build, build, build. Plan, plan, plan. But when do they rest? When do they just be together? When do they have fun? This can become a joyless partnership where you're both grinding but not actually living. Scorpio plus Capricorn. Using the relationship as a tool instead of being together because you love each other. You're together because it's practical. You're together because it looks good. You're together because it benefits you financially or professionally. But there's no love in it. There's no joy in it. This is the trap. In 2026, your biggest karmic tests are: can you talk instead of manipulate? Can you be vulnerable with someone who might hurt you? Can you forgive instead of holding grudges forever? Can you stay when it's hard but healthy? And can you also leave when it's toxic, even if the bond is incredibly strong? Because here's the truth. The sign that changes your destiny is not always the one that stays forever. Sometimes they are the one who finally teaches you your worth. Sometimes they are the one who shows you what you do want by showing you what you don't want. Sometimes they are the teacher. And once you've learned the lesson, you move on. And that's okay. Tell me in the comments. Are you more likely to work on a relationship? Or are you more likely to walk away when it gets hard? Write work or walk. Because this is the lesson Scorpio is learning in 2026. When to fight for something and when to let it go. If you watched all the way to the end of this video, you're not here by accident. You are Scorpio, or you love one. And your soul knows that 2026 is not just another year. It's a turning point. It's a crossroads. It's the year that everything changes. And whether that change is beautiful or painful depends on the choices you make right now. Here's exactly what you need to do. Number 1, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell right now. I'm serious about this. If you leave this video without subscribing, the YouTube algorithm literally forgets you. You will miss the next warnings, the next predictions, the next breakthroughs for your sign. So subscribe now and turn on the bell. Number 2, comment your story below. Are you Scorpio with a Capricorn in your life? Did a Capricorn already change your destiny once? Are you waiting for your Capricorn? Are you the Capricorn watching this and wondering about a Scorpio in your life? Tell me your story. I read the comments, and your story could be the sign someone else is waiting for. Seriously, your comment matters. Number 3, share this video. Share it with that one Scorpio who always says, "Nobody understands me." Share it with that Capricorn who doesn't know how much they mean to that Scorpio. Share it with anyone you think needs to hear this message. In the next episode, we're going even deeper into Scorpio's path in 2026. We're going to talk about the 5 red flag signs you must avoid this year if you want to protect your heart, your energy, and your power. We're going to talk about the signs that will drain you, manipulate you, and take advantage of your loyalty. And trust me, you need to watch that video. So subscribe now, stay close, and remember this: the stars don't control you, but they do warn you. And if you're not listening, you're choosing to repeat the same story. See you in the next video. I love you, Scorpio.